Okay, this is the $15 Lamborghini high-speed testing. Okay, high speed runs, let's go. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll just get straight into it. The battery I used to power the car in this video was a 750 milliamp hour nanotech graphene. It's got a C rating of about 65 and it's got a maximum or a high output C rating which is over 130 or 150 I believe it is. Very good battery, barely flattened it doing the runs.
Because I already built a second one. So
I'll just quickly unscrew this. So this is the inside of the car. Now these cars, $15 for the car or the chassis, the internals and everything like that I think worked out to be about $50 or something like that. Using a Hobby King receiver, using just a $6 servo. I think the receiver's like $10 or something. The booster in there is about $6 required to get 5 volts to that receiver, and also a little speed control in there. I actually got a new speed control. You can get a Hobby King one which will go up to about 3 amps S1 for around $10. This speed control is from Micron Wings. It's hard to see in there. It's just a chip on a board basically. You see it sort of there. About $20, but it's 5 amps, so yeah, it's a jump up. And the motor is a 130 size motor, fits same size as a stock standard motor except higher RPM. This is a basher style motor. I think this one does about 21,000 RPM. My intention in round 2 is to put this one in. It does somewhere around 30 I think it is, or 28,000 this one. So now if anyone asks, the reason there's a bit of a peg or a wedge in there jamming this gearbox in place is the eyelet on this plastic at the back is broken, so I put a larger washer screw on there and also glued in a wedge. It's only for these high speed runs. It will be converted back to carpet racing for another round against Dan after I push it a little faster in the high speed and see what happens. Now the gearbox on the car, I'll just pull the standard gearbox apart really quickly. Yes, so I've got AdSense. And I'm like the Homer Simpson of AdSense. I got it basically at the same time the revenue and everything went to hell, or the advertisers have gone to hell on YouTube. I've seen my AdSense account on YouTube get around $9, probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 times now, and go backwards again and again. I think it's meant to only up once a month. Mine does it every 2 or 3 days. Whenever it gets to $9 it resets to $8 something. That's a whole other story. So yeah, I may have to start doing some of the build videos, more detailed, more information, but on Patreon, to try and basically pay for these builds and pay to do these videos, because the channel has no budget, and yeah, I've relied heavily on whatever I could scrape up, beg, borrow, steal, or RC Garage, who assisted me greatly so far, more than once, on numerous occasions in lots of ways. So, sorry about that. If people don't like Patreon, I will still have videos and show the basics, but the full detailed builds may have to go on Patreon, just to keep the channel going. So, stock standard gearbox in these cars has a main drive gear. You can see that connected to the shaft. It's got a compound gear, and it's got its pinion connected to the motor. And what I did for the build in this car is I basically took that compound gear out and took it and threw it away, and I put a really big pinion on, so the pinion basically goes straight to the main drive, and it didn't fit, so I actually had to cut, you can see that, I had to cut the top out of the gearbox. This one here's still sealed up, basically so the pinion would fit, because it didn't fit, and I'm going to have to pull it apart and have a look. I think it's a very bad mesh, but when I put the bigger motor in, this black motor, I may actually put the next tooth pinion on there anyway. And at the moment, I mean, it's running 2.5 or a 2-to-1 ratio nearly, so it's a big ask for the weight of the car and the motor. So anyway, that's the guts of the car so far. Yeah, the tyres, when you get these and modify them and stuff, it's good to glue the tyres on. That's the high-speed Lamborghini round 1. I'll probably do the mods on this and get it back out again for another go, and hopefully push beyond that 36 km/h limit. This is Adam from AVA Magnetic Levitation Australia, doing, oh by the way, which I may actually have 2 channels soon, and I may have to separate the channels into AVA Magnetic Levitation Australia and MAD Micro RC Mods as a separate independent channel. So that's the other thing I meant to mention. Yeah, great, isn't it? All these changes that make you have to make changes that you might really not want to have changed in the first place. That being said, I hope you like what you've seen. Please share, subscribe, spread. Hope to see you in the next video.